how to pray in a traditional way to get answers from nature. That is what I want to teach today. Always make sure that if you're coming into Ordinala or you're practicing African spirituality, in African spirituality, we don't pray empty handed. We don't do our incantations empty handed. You must have something. That is why I'm bringing this to you today. For those that are living in Nigeria or some part of African countries where you can have access to kola nuts. Kola nut is very, very important. Kola nut is something that embodies emotion. It's something that carries your emotion. That when you hold it in your hand, you speak, nature hears you. Our ancestors knew about the secrets and the mystery behind this kola nut. That's why they don't joke with it. The one I'm holding here is the one that has 4 lobes, the one that has 4 lines, which represents 2 masculine and 2 feminine, which is the 4 cardinal points of nature. This particular kola nut can be used to summon spiritual forces, can be used to communicate with spiritual forces, and they will know, they will understand what you're saying. So for those that are living in countries that don't have access to this kola nut, that cannot buy or see this kola nut, you can use water. Especially those that are living in the diaspora, that are living outside Africa, you can use water. And when you're doing this, water is almost the same thing. Water carries emotion. When you are using water to do your morning incantation, please, in African spirituality, we don't stand while praying. We don't kneel when you are doing your spiritual exercises. We don't stand. We don't kneel. We don't come in this posture. Some people come in this posture and close their eyes. These are the things that they taught us, and those things are not connected to nature. What is connected to nature is that when you come, you sit comfortably the way I'm sitting here. You sit comfortably. You don't need to close your eyes. And sometimes you don't even need to remove your cap, because the removal of cap is another way. It's like you are bowing down to something. In African spirituality, we don't bow to anything. Some people say that we're worshiping images, we are worshiping idols. In African spirituality, we don't worship idols. We don't bow to any image. We don't bow to any god or deity. We sit comfortably the way I'm sitting. What we do is we make decrees. We decree that we want something like this to happen because we want to be in charge. Nature wants you to be in charge. Nature doesn't want you to be subservient, somebody that wants to be told what to do and what not to do. When you sit comfortably, you still leave your eyes open the way my eyes are. You speak. Today, you want to command that you want things to happen. But when you're doing your commanding, please don't walk alone. You need the services of spiritual forces. When you come up in the morning, you can start with Nzu. You can start with this Nzu. And then this is Odo. This is Kamud that was pounded and given this shape. When you bring these two together, you can mesh them. You can mash them together to form it into a powder. Then when you come in the morning, you can we'll have something called Okwanzu. Okwanzu is where the wooden plate where you can mash these items together. Then when you are bringing your Okwanzu, when you are taking from it, you can bring a stainless plate if you are living in a compound that is not yours. So what you do is that you bring a stainless plate or ordinary kind of plate, but let's say a flat plate. The ones they have mashed this particular powder that has a combination of this camwood and this native chalk. By the time you are doing your incantation, you have the stainless plate beneath your hand. Okay, since I don't have a stainless plate, I have a flat plate, white plate. By the time you are doing your incantation, you start, calling upon your spiritual forces. Call the ones from your father's side, from your mother's side. Call all forces of nature. Call them from the wind, from the sun, from the land, from the water. You tell them today, this is how you do your incantation. You say, today, I, Maazi Chukwemeka, you call your name. I'm just trying to give example. You call your name, you said, I, Maazi Chukwemeka, son of Sunday, I've come to summon you all to come and partake in this communion service. I want you all to partake in this spiritual exercise that I'm doing today. This is what we call Okwanzu. It's a wooden plate. You check in this Okwanzu, you see the mashed, powderized nzuzu that I have in it. You can be making your incantation. You'll be holding it like this. And as you're doing your incantation, you are sprinkling it inside this plate. Once you are done, you go to your window side and you blow it.